we threw out the tech plans. We said this is not about devices, it's about pedagogy, and we told all our teachers they're more important than ever. So we took care of that fear factor fairly early, where people were afraid, are computers going to replace teachers? Is an iPad going to replace a teacher? No, a good teacher is going to use that device to achieve their learning goals. We have tried many things that haven't worked, so we've also embraced failure, that when we fail, we deal with that failure and we try a different strategy and we try and base it on research. So that's been a positive experience for us. Early on, some of the things that we realized was our information technology department was a silo. They were not focused on learning. They were all great people and they were doing their jobs and doing them well. We were focusing on security and safety and a risk aversion. We had to change that culture, and by changing the name of the department to Learning Technologies, that changed the whole atmosphere right away. It's not about information technology, it's about learning. So we combined the Learning Technologies with our Student Success Division. We started working with the consultants who were doing numeracy and literacy and our French networks and said, how can you use this technology to help you? Because our goal is to support learning. So that's when we started to see the changes, when we had a cultural shift about let's move to curiosity and let's move to inquiry learning. We were focusing on differentiated instruction as a school board. How can technology help you with differentiated instruction? The province was looking at assessment. So how can that technology leverage that assessment that you're trying to import? So I don't think there was one point. It definitely was not linear. It was multiple entry points so that everyone could see themselves in the organization fitting in. And that meant everyone, not just teachers. This was all our educators, our support staff, our leaders. How can you use some of the tools to be more efficient in your job? And if it's management side, use the tools to be a better manager. And now that gives you more time to be a better instructional leader. We also try and get rid of the hierarchy of leadership. Any teacher can go in and meet with the director, can meet with the superintendent, they can share ideas, they know their opinion is valued. We believe in innovation, so we work with all of our staff, our educators, and just as an example, we have an idea bank where we say to all of our employees, do you have an idea that you think would benefit the board, whether it's save money, stewardship of resources, it's help student achievement, it's well-being for our employees, and every year they generate ideas that we then implement. So it's the strength from the whole system, not a strength from one leader. When you make a difficult decision, which you have to do in different times, whether it's removing a position. In our board, we had to shut down a very successful library. We shut down an award-winning robotics program. Those are tough decisions, but if you can align them to your priorities, which we did, we said these were not aligned to, at the time, our priorities, and that stewardship of resources, that money could be better spent towards the vision that we had. That's the tough decisions that a leader has to make, but it's not making those decisions and running away afterwards. It's explaining to your staff why you're making that decision. Even if they don't agree with you, they understand your perspective and they know that that's the direction you've chosen to move. So I think putting people first has always been important to me and to most of the leaders in our system. Build those relationships, get the trust, and then you can move the system. If I can have all the technology in the world and investment from any company can dump $10 million down on our lap, we're not going to be effective with that if you don't have buy-in from staff. And to get buy-in from staff, they have to believe in what you're doing and what you're moving. And I believe we have that. Across our system, people see the value of technology to leverage student learning. And overall, from the beginning, we said if we can change our teaching practice, we'll have more engaged kids. And if we have more engaged kids, we'll end up with better student achievement. And that's what we're seeing in our system. It's working with the union leaders, so letting them know what we're trying to do, listening to their concerns and fears, bringing, and main union in our board is our teachers union that represents the largest group, so bringing them into the conversation, sharing with them, here's what we're trying to do, here's what we hope to achieve, come with us, come visit classrooms, come work with teachers so they can also see the passion that the teachers have. So when I receive an email on the Friday before the March break from a teacher saying, I'm angry with you, I'm angry because I just got my smart board and I'm so excited, I want to stay here, I don't want to go home, and it's Friday before the March break, I share that enthusiasm with the union leaders. So it's not about the black and white contract, it's about the passion and supporting our teachers. So they've been part of the process all along. And we recognize that they have a different role than we do. So they may have put up some obstacles in terms of not using some of the technology because of extra workload. For example, advising teachers not to use social media because of the fears of parents or kids abusing that and forwarding it. So we would listen to those concerns. We rewrote our policy on social media. We worked with the union to write that policy. They gave us input, shared their concerns. We addressed the concerns. And now together we can go out and say, here's the policy that allows you to work safely in that environment and not worry about those risks because there's a policy to support you as long as you follow those directions. And for example, we don't want our teachers friending kids on Facebook. But we want our teachers out on Twitter sharing professional resources, sharing the good work that their students are doing, and not just opening kids to the internet wildly and not teaching them about internet safety, your first name versus your last name versus your photo, what goes out on the internet. All of those are skills that need to be taught, and our staff are doing a great job teaching that.